I call this 19 acres of bliss.
If you are a really curious person, Mica is the place you really should be. You're gonna love it.
Hey everyone, I'm back with another video, and in this video we'll be discussing about MyCAT exam. So today I have with me Yash Deryani. So Yash is a first year student at MyCA Ahmedabad. Today I have with me Archit Thakur, first year student at MyCA. Hi Yash, thank you so much for coming here, and we welcome you to Smart MBA preparation. And Yash, can you just tell us about your background and about yourself a bit?
So, first of all, thank you, Kama, for inviting me here. So, about my background, I am a commerce graduate, BCom honors from Rajasthan University. I graduated in 2017. And after that, I started working at Uber Eats for 1 year. And then I moved to Zomato, where I worked for 2.5 years around.
So hi Archit, can you tell us something about you?
So my name is Archit. I am a hospitality management graduate from IHM Mumbai, and I've worked for 5 years in the travel e-commerce industry. I have worked for leading brands such as cleartrip.com and booking.com.
Wow, that's very nice. So Archit, before going into preparation strategy about MyCAT, can you just tell us about why MyCA? Why you wanted to join MyCA after 5 years of experience?
So being a business development professional, I've seen how suppliers work in a marketplace, and I always wanted to build and market products for them. Everyone always looks at making products for the end consumer, but no one really looks at how suppliers deal with the products that we give to them. So that is one thing where I wanted to learn and build my career in, and I thought MyCA is the best place to do that.
Wow, perfect. That's really nice. So can you just walk us through your preparation strategy for MyCAT?
So, MyCA is a B school that had always been one of my target B schools. So, how I prepared for MyCAT is the first step is to do well in CAT and XAT, because these are the preliminary tests, and if you don't do well in these, no matter how well you do in MyCAT, you unfortunately won't be able to make it, right? So, make sure you do well in at least one of these tests. After that, for MyCAT, so MyCAT is not like your any other run-of-the-mill B school entrance test. It tests a lot of your creative skills, right? And apart from that, you also have to think on your feet. Like, you'd be told to write a story, but you have to write it within a tight time limit, right? So you have to think on your feet, and you have to write something that not only just makes sense, but also is creative.
So I began my MyCAT preparation right after I gave my GMAT. I used a book called 4 Pictures. It's available on Amazon. So it has a set of 50 different sets of 4 pictures which you can use to build upon your descriptive story writing skills. Apart from that, your regular quantitative and verbal aptitude came in from my preparation for GMAT, which is the exam I gave in earlier. And apart from that, what you have to do is really read more pieces of text. It could be anything, fiction, non-fiction, literature, or even just newspapers. The more you read, the more vocabulary you will build, and you'll understand how to structure sentences and how to use brevity to your advantage, because that is one thing that will be very useful in MyCAT, where you will have very limited time to express and connect your thoughts together.
First of all, for the psychometric test, there are a couple of websites which I went to and practiced psychometric tests for. And apart from that, for the creative writing test, they were random, so I did not join any coaching as such. But there were a lot of groups on Telegram and WhatsApp that I ended up joining, where participants used to practice amongst themselves on story writing and GK and stuff. So yeah, and for GK, so there would be a lot of marketing related GK or media related GK, or branding and business related GK overall. So yeah, that's what the MyCAT's GK part focuses on. And apart from that, your vocabulary also has to be good. So there's this particular section of word association questions in MyCAT, where they would give you a list. They would give you a list of 4 words and then another list of 5 words, and you have to find a common word amongst those 4 words, which sort of relates to all of those 5 words in some way.
So can you just walk us through what was your story writing section? What was the topic, if you remember? And just brief us through what was your strategy, like how much time did you give to story writing, how much time did you give to other sections?
So as much as I can remember, the 4 pictures that I got for story writing, one of them was a key. Second one was a sari or a drape that was hanging out to dry. Another one was people sitting in grass, and there was one more picture which I frankly can't remember at this point of time. But I had to build a story around these. So looking at the cues, there was a key. There were people in grass. There was something hanging out to dry. I could immediately conjure up a setting that this story has to be there in a rural setting. Oh yes, and one of the other images was a metallic tower of some sort. So I could immediately conjure up thoughts. I thought that okay, this has to be a rural setting because there are women sitting in the field. There is something hanging out to dry. This is a very leisurely and slow-paced setting. So I could build a story around someone who works in, let's say, an electricity maintenance, who goes to the tower and forgets a key to that tower box somewhere, and so on. So basically that was the basic setup of my story. The overall section we had about as much as I can remember 35 minutes. For the story I allotted 15 minutes. The questions are given in this order, that the story comes second, and before that you have to write a descriptive text on a line of thought or a statement or a phrase that would be given to you. I chose to follow the same sequence. I allotted 10 minutes to that and 15 minutes to the story because I knew that I would need some extra time for that story. And for the argument writing part, I think 10 minutes was enough to conjure up at least 4 points for each for and against the argument that was given. And then when I had to present my own thoughts, that is the part that took more time than just talking in favor or against that topic. So you need to keep that in mind, that when you are asked to present your own thoughts which are different from what you have presented earlier, that is what will take more time. So out of the 10 minutes you have, let's say allot 5 minutes just to that part.
Perfect.
First part of the creative writing test is that you will be given a statement or a quote or anything, and you have to write against it. First up, you have to write for it after that, and then you have to write your own opinion, which can't be neutral. So you really need to think on your feet about the topic, and for that you really have to be aware about what's going on in the world. After that comes the story writing part, where you'd be given 4 random pictures, and you can use those pictures in any order to form a story. So for that, what strategy I adopted was that, first of all, I didn't go for a very extraordinary story. So I aimed to make my story in such a way that it made sense, first of all, but it was not just what जो बच्चों की कहानियाँ सुनते थे अपन, वो शेर चूहा वाली, वो नहीं, right? So yeah, apart from that, I think since most of the aspirants have already prepared for CAT and SAT, they would know how to go about the English language and reasoning and math related questions. About the word association questions, like I said, your vocabulary has to be really good. You just don't need to learn the words and their meanings, but how they are used in different contexts. And there's something called phrasal verbs in English, for example. Right? Yeah, there's this book called Word Palm Made Easy, and that will equip with you a very strong vocabulary. But after that, even the author of that book says you have to keep reading in order to retain that vocabulary. So yeah, just keep reading. Read whatever you come across. Read whatever you like, but just don't stop reading. And yeah.
Now can you just walk us through your aptitude part?
So I've used this strategy for all competitive exams. Verbal was my strong suit, so I chose to attempt that first, and then followed by logical reasoning, and then at the end I kept for quantitative aptitude. The level of quantitative aptitude this time was slightly higher than the other MyCats that I have come across, and even from the practice tests that were there. But if you prepared well for CAT and SAT, I think that level of preparation should be more than enough to sail you through that section.
Perfect. So you started off with verbal.
Yes.
And then what was your order?
Verbal, then logical reasoning, and then quantitative aptitude.
Alright. And in terms of level of difficulty, so was it higher than NMAT level if you have given NMAT exam or other exam, speed-based exam, or was it like lower than that? And in terms of level of CAT and SAT, what was the level of the quant sections and other sections?
Okay, talking specifically about quant, the level was definitely higher than NMAT, but comparable with SAT or CAT. It's just that the magnitude of time or the magnitude of answers or the thinking that you need to do to get to the right answer was slightly lesser because of the obvious time constraints. But yes, your preparation should be at a CAT or that level to get you through that quantitative section. For verbal, I did not need to actually prepare much separately because the verbal in GMAT is far tougher, I would say, than CAT or that. So that had prepared me well for the verbal section. Logical reasoning, this I would very specifically say that you need to use the materials that you get for NMAT to prepare for that. That would be super helpful to just make you do that section very well.
At the end of the day, you just really have to give it your best and just don't get too nervous about what's going to happen and if you're going to make it or not, because at the end of the day, you just have to focus on the test on that particular day.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I would also like to know, like, how many mock tests did you give, and also what's a good score in the MICAT exam that you gave last year?
So I gave around 3 or 4 mock tests last year. I scored around 27 in MICAT 1 and 29. The highest score was around 60, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and 29 in MICAT 2. The highest score was the same age. I did not do really well in math because I am not really well versed with math section. But yeah, but what holds the most weight is the creative writing section. So even if you don't score, really high in these sectional, in these math, English, reasoning wala sections, you can sail through if you do really well in the creative writing. So your primary focus should be on the creative writing section, and after that there should be the other sections. So
Right, and what was your attempt strategy? Like, which section did you start first, and what was the order of sections that you attempted?
So I attempted the English section first because English is really my forte. It always has been. I scored really well in English and CAT and SET as well. So I attempted the English section first because I could really quickly go through the questions and the answer just, for a lot of questions, the answer just came intuitively to my mind. After that, I went for divergent and convergent
thinking.
reasoning. Yeah. So because I had practiced that section a lot before attempting my CAT, and it really had, and I really was confident about that section, so I went for that next, and again I did really well. I went for GK afterwards because I had been reading a lot of news leading up to the MICAT. So, and a lot of questions that came into the MICAT were related to those events that I had fortunately read about a few days before. So yeah, and in the end I attempted math because I really am a noob at math, and I didn't really want to spend too much time beginning with math and don't really score much. So I went with math last, but I made sure I had enough time so I could at least attempt a decent number of questions, because math is something that's really tough for me. So even if I could attempt like 4 or 5 questions and answer those correctly, I would at least get a minimum par score in math.
So I think from what you told, I understood that you at all a section which is weak for you, you should at least try to clear the minimum cutoff.
Yeah.
Got it.
Try to clear the minimum cutoff and go for your strongest section first.
Strongest section first.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thanks a lot, Archit. So on the last bit, I would like to know, what is that one thing that you really loved about MICA and MICA campus?
I was one of the first people to get to the campus in spite of the campus, since the campus was locked down for everyone. The one thing that I love about MICA's campus is the greenery and 19 acres of, I call this 19 acres of bliss. There is so much going around at any given point of time. The more people you have in campus, the more lively it is. The hostels, each and every hostel has a vibe of its own, and I think the hostel life that I had never led myself personally, that is the major draw for me towards MICA.
Wow, that's really good. And on the last part, you have been in MICA since like around 7-8 months. What is your favorite part of your MICA journey so far?
I've gotten to learn so much from people. So I'm a really curious person by nature, and I've gotten to learn so much from people around me. And there's this really beautiful thing that, so the other day at Chota, I spotted a couple of people talking amongst themselves, and I joined them, and we ended up having a great conversation about politics, about culture, about business, about a lot of things. So yeah, you can have those conversations at any place in MICA. You can walk up to a lot of people. They don't really hesitate in talking to you. And yeah, so there's a lot to learn from from almost everybody at Mica. And yeah, if you are a really curious person, Mica is the place you really should be. You're gonna love it.
Wow, that's perfect. I mean, thank you so much for coming here and sharing your views on it. So yeah, thank you Archit so much for doing this and helping the future aspirants. And guys, if you have any doubts or any queries, you can write in the comment section below. And if you want more videos like this, please like, share and subscribe as well. And we'll come up with another video on this series. So till then, see you. Go well and do well.